There are secrets that sleep beneath the weight of the ocean, but some of them no longer wish to sleep. For millennia, humanity searched for answers in the heavens, but forgot to look into the abyss beneath its feet. Deep below the Atlantic, where light dies and silence screams, lies something that does not belong only to history, but to the forbidden memory of the world itself. In 2024, a scientific expedition from the University of Reykjavik detected an anomalous signal rising from the depths, a rhythmic sound repeating every 8 minutes and 32 seconds. Sonar scans revealed the impossible. Perfect angles, vast corridors, and colossal pillars carved into blue volcanic stone, almost 9,000 meters below the surface. The scientists thought it was an error, until a digitized voice emerged from the static. The timeline is broken, the past is alive. It was the first contact ever recorded with the echo of Atlantis. The project was immediately classified by Icelandic and US authorities. But before the data was sealed, a young linguist named Elian Cross managed to copy a fragment of the recordings. When he decoded them, he realized they weren't natural sounds. They were numerical sequences, a code blending fractal mathematics with ancient Sumerian and Egyptian symbology. The pattern repeated in cycles of 144, the same number associated with the frequency of creation in Hermetic texts. But something else appeared, a recurring figure, a circle divided into 3 equal parts, with a 4th line pointing downward. It matched an ancient sigil known as the Seal of the Abyss. Elian understood what that meant. Someone, or something, had left an intentional message buried for over 12,000 years. And that message was still transmitting. Ancient texts claimed Atlantis wasn't just a city, it was a civilization capable of manipulating the energy of time. Plato described its fall as divine punishment, but the Orphic manuscripts tell another version. They opened the gate that divides what is from what should never have been. When Elian cross-referenced the code with the star map of 10,500 BC, the coordinates aligned with inverted constellations, as if reflecting an ancient sky, a cosmic mirror sunk beneath the waves. He realized it wasn't just a message, it was an activation sequence, a key designed to reawaken something sleeping in the ocean's depths. Then it began. Electromagnetic waves spiked, satellites lost signal across a 500-kilometer radius, and from the deep blue lights began to appear, one by one spiraling outward in a colossal pattern. Atlantis was responding. What followed was captured by autonomous deep-sea drones. A 5-kilometer-long corridor, lined with humanoid statues covered in crystalline growths. Their eyes followed the movement of the cameras, and carved upon the central wall a single phrase, "We were the first, but not the last." Elian realized it wasn't a ruin. It was a vault of knowledge, sealed to prevent humanity from repeating a mistake. But by decoding the signal, he had unknowingly turned the lock. Hours later, seismic waves rippled across the Atlantic. Compasses went mad, and a gravitational anomaly, 14,000 times stronger than normal, appeared near the Canary Islands. The sea split open, and for a few seconds the cameras captured the impossible, a golden pyramidal structure, rising beneath the veil of the ocean. Then silence. The transmissions ceased, but before everything went dark, one final sequence was sent. A line of Proto-Hebrew text translated as, "Creation is a cycle. What was forgotten must return." Elian vanished that same night. His data was erased, his servers confiscated, and the project declared a geological misinterpretation. But fragments of the code survived, leaked anonymously across the deep web, by someone calling themselves the Last Atlantean. Among the files was a reconstructed image, a map of the Atlantic Ocean, with 3 glowing points, Canary Islands, Azores, Cape Verde. In the center, a single inscription in ancient Greek. "When the 3 moons align, the gate will open again." Independent researchers tried to decode it. Some claimed it was a form of universal resonance, able to manipulate the Earth's electromagnetic field. Others believed it was a quantum harmonic key, used by the Atlanteans to synchronize the planet with higher dimensions. But there is a third theory, the one no one dares to speak aloud. It says the code isn't meant to awaken a machine, but the consciousness of the Earth itself. If that is true, then Atlantis was never destroyed. It was sealed inside time, and the signal Elian decoded has already begun to reverse the seal. Days later, a fisherman near the Canary Islands reported strange activity. His compass spun wildly. The sea glowed with a blue luminescence for nearly a minute. And then, a deep, resonant hum rose from below, like the sound of 1,000 voices singing in unison. Scientists dismissed the story. But on the radar of that same vessel, a single word appeared, formed by magnetic interference: return. And so the myth of Atlantis stops being a legend and becomes a reactivated memory. A reminder that the past can sleep, but it never stops dreaming. The code was only the beginning. And somewhere in the depths something ancient stirs, watching, waiting. Watching, waiting. Prepare for the next chapter. The Secret Manuscripts of Lemuria, Knowledge Before Time,